Hello everyone, happy Friday! I'm Steve, Mark's not here, but this is Smokey Steve and Mark. Thought we'd do a little coffee talk, because, it's Friday, the weekend starts. I put stuff in my coffee and unfinished basement. Today I'm having butterscotch coffee made, because Mark won a case of it in a contest or something. It's not too bad. I would drink it again, I'll have it tomorrow. So, as you can see, I dressed for the occasion because our fair lady, Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty, Big Beautiful Me, is back on YouTube. So, where did we leave off? Well, she was going to treatment last week when we had checked in. All she had was, I think, one live stream and then nothing else for a while. 3 days ago, a live stream appeared. It went up and it went down. Watch my time frames with this, because I think I've got it in the right. I might be a day off here and there, but I think I got this right. Now, I watched a piece of it when it went up, and then it came down like too fast. I couldn't go back and check it out. What I did find was a reaction done by another YouTuber, so I had to watch it in between their comments. Now, interestingly enough, the video that she posted, the theme of a lot of it was bullying. She felt she was being bullied. And she singled out a specific YouTuber. The channel is the YouTube Underground. I'm not entering drama here, I'm just reporting on what happened. That was who she was pointing out, not exactly by name, but that's who she was talking about. That is the reaction channel where I found the video. So, interestingly enough, when she's talking about bullying, she made a few specific points of things she's being bullied or harassed about in her perception. She's being called a liar, that she actually has no eating disorder, that people are making shit up about her word, and people are making insults about her weight and about her appearance. So, is she being bullied? Are things going a little too far? Well, this was one thing I did notice. And I noticed this in the live stream, and it was a bit of, I'm going to say cognitive distortion, which will be relevant later when we talk about her treatment. She says about this person who runs the channel, the YouTube Underground, it's Yaba2383, something like that, that they're a bully, and they're a mother, and they're, implying they're like a bad example for their children, and Chantal says she hopes those children don't get bullied. Now, talking about people's families is something that I think is a little bit much. I don't know if I'd go there too deep with that. I don't know if there's like a certain kind of etiquette where you don't take things off YouTube. You can bicker and fight and block each other and have drama channels reacting to all of you and all that stuff, but don't take it off there. I've seen it happen on other channels. Like I remember somebody called Animal Control on Amber Lynn's Pets. I thought that was a little bit extreme. Personal opinion. So that seemed like Chantal might have gone a little too far. But I did hear in the reaction channel this person throw a few like fat pig, this, that, the other things at Chantal. So it sounds like they have bad blood. So I'm not gonna, that's for them to sort out should they care to. But the other point Chantal made when she was going through was that, it's not worth it. I don't get paid enough to take this kind of abuse. Something must be worth it or you wouldn't keep coming back to YouTube. Even if it's not the money. It's filling some void. It's doing something for you that nothing else in your life is doing. And you're coming back to it. I'm not mad at you, but if you could find out what that is, that could be useful information. That could be something helpful in treatment. Maybe treatment, if you're participating, will reveal that. That would be a good thing. But your behavior says that, you don't, when you want to take a month off, you certainly don't. So something brings you back. She mentions the mukbangs and describes how the mukbangs are not binges. Now, I am not a medical professional. I do have a history with eating disorders, and I'm also trying to be just a casual observer. Now, I can say a mukbang where a person is sitting in a car and eats 3,000 calories in 15 minutes. Take the camera out of it, and what you have is a large woman sitting alone in her vehicle eating 2 persons worth of food in a quarter of an hour. I don't know if you'd call that a binge, but it's disordered eating from my perspective. I don't know if that was documented and submitted to a nutritionist, if they'd go, oh, that's no big deal. That's not a binge. I don't know. Um, and to me, that's kind of a little back door to leaving the door open to do mukbangs, where because the mukbang isn't being framed as a binge, that means if she films herself doing mukbangs, it has no impact on her eating disorder. One has nothing to do with the other. And this will be a defense that will come up for that, I think. I might just be pulling that out of my ass, but it was just a thought that I had had. So, at the end of it, she orders, somewhere in the middle towards the end, she orders the cherry slushy going through the drive-thru. I like cherry slushies. They're fat-free, high in sugar, but I don't know if she's doing keto. She's doing 3 square meals a day from what I understand. So that's the live. There was so much to cover, but basically it was about bullying. She felt she was being bullied, specifically by this person. She felt she was being lied on, and it was all very unfair. It was very much like the other defensive sort of videos Chantal has done before. So, and like anything, some people are really cruel to her, and some people just say things to her that they think are true, and she doesn't want to hear that. Some people say things in a very blunt way that are still true, and she doesn't care to hear that, and either deletes the comments or writes them off or whatever. So, her channel, her call, but, so it goes. The keto-friendly eggplant lasagna. I don't have much to say about this. I kind of like Chantal's cooking videos. They're easy to follow. The food looks good. They're well shot, I think, compared to some other ones. Compared to mine, I would watch hers over my own. That doesn't say much for me on my own channel saying that, but I would. There was some discussion in the comments about whether it was keto friendly or not, or whether it was Atkins friendly. I don't do the keto thing. I don't do the low carb thing. So to me, it just looked good. I would have eaten it. And she cheats on her spaghetti sauce the way I do, too. You brown all the stuff and make it look tasty, and then you just dump in some pre-made sauce. Because I'm a lazy shit, too. So, I'm right there with you. And then the last video that I came on was makeup. She did makeup for 25 minutes and talked. Now, I like you guys a lot, because 25 minutes of Chantal putting her makeup on was a bit to take in. And there wasn't much about the makeup except that it was cheap. I guess the brand is e.l.f. And she got a whole bunch of stuff. And I'll give Chantal this much credit. She puts on a good face of makeup, I think. I don't wear makeup. I don't know too many people that do. The women in my family don't wear much makeup, so it was never a thing. So I don't really, but I thought she looked good when she put it on, and she seemed to do it easily. And I know she's had videos where she did makeup, and a lot of people watched. It was in the thousands or so. So, whatever. I have to say, as a sidebar, the personality she has in the makeup video and the other video where she was cooking, that's a version of her I kind of like. Maybe because there's not much to lie about when it comes to putting on your makeup and cooking. There's not much to get defensive about when you're just doing that kind of stuff. I don't think it would get the kind of views she would want. I don't think the feeders would go for it. I don't think haters would go for it too much. The kind of people that subscribe because they just want to watch the train wreck, so to speak. I don't think they'd watch for it. I'd watch for it. Trust me, I'd rather, even though I don't want to watch, almost half an hour of someone putting on foundation. I would still much rather watch that than watch someone smash 2 Whoppers off the roof of their car. So, not the roof, the dashboard. It is still Friday. Maybe a little more coffee. So beyond that, she talks in the middle about treatment. And she's doing cognitive behavioral therapy. We know this because she says cognitive behavioral therapy with perfect pronunciation, +5 for her, and she says it about 1,800 times. So she's having that with nutrition counseling. Sounds like a good pair. She talks about how she has all or nothing thinking, which makes sense. Vegan thing, much. The lemon grape fast, I can't get over that. That still sticks in my craw so bad. And she kind of said herself, no wonder I failed. Well, yeah, all or nothing thinking is a distorted thought. She said when she had the assessment, they were talking about binge eating and what disorder she has, and how hers is, not specified. I was diagnosed with that once, too. In the DSM, 5, they call it OSFED, other specified feeding or eating disorder. It means you have the criteria of some, but not others. So it's not a straight up diagnosis. I had that when I was like sort of bulimic. At the time it was called EDNOS, eating disorder, not otherwise specified. So you don't meet all the criteria for bulimia, but you don't meet all the criteria for this, but you got symptoms of a little bit of everything. I don't know. More will be revealed with her probably. So, again, she reiterates, mukbangs are not binges. Like I said before, I think she's just trying to leave the door open to do mukbangs again and just eat different types of food. That cycle for her on eating on camera every other time leads to a straight up real mukbang on camera, and then this starts over. So I hope she's digging her heels into treatment. She said they're working on small goals, which is good. 3 meals a day, plus points for her. I don't eat 3 meals a day. I don't like it. I'm not hungry in the morning. I live on coffee and cigarettes until about 5 p.m. I'm the picture of health, if you can't tell. So, and I guess for me, the bottom line is, you know, she's saying all the right stuff now. But is she internalizing it, or is she just regurgitating all the stuff that happened, that she's hearing in treatment? She also didn't say how often she's going. That's her business. That's like medical stuff, so I can appreciate that. I'm pretty open about all that stuff. I'm not burdened by shame, so I probably share a little bit more than maybe some other people. But I would be curious to know how often she's going, to see the frequency with which. Is she going for a few hours a day? Is she going for an hour to see the doctor and then an hour to see the nutritionist? Like, how is this panning out for her? And I hope that she's doing what she says she's doing. I hope if she's going to treatment, she's not, you know, giving us an inch so she can go take a mile. And it's not us. Whenever I say us, she's not doing this to impress us. But if she's filming it, she does want our feedback. I mean, why else would she put it on YouTube? But it's only going to end up hurting her if she's not doing it. And in the privacy of her own mind, she knows whether or not she's full of shit. I would hope. If she's not sure, then therapy is the good place for her to be. So even if it's the vegan thing all over again, and she says she's doing the right thing, and she said she's taking care of herself, and she's doing whatever she wants off camera, you know, that might not be malicious. It might be out of shame. She might feel bad about doing it, but that's still deception, and it still breaks trust. So, again, do I have hope that she's going to get any better? I'm encouraged by the fact that she says she's going to treatment. I'm encouraged by the fact that it's been more than 2 or 3 days. Time will tell. As with everything with Chantal, time will tell. If she is watching, I know she probably doesn't, but you never know who Googles themselves. Hang in there, please. Again, I believe in like 10,000 chances, because it took me that many to get well myself. And I stick with the moniker perpetual fuck up, because I think I'm a recovering one, and I think there's room for her in the boat. So, I know. I get more shit for not talking more poorly of her sometimes, and it's not that I'm a fan of hers, I just think people get better. And like I've said, I've seen sicker people than her get better. So, why not her? So anyway, that's all I've got for today. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. You can like Mark and I on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc. Make sure to hit the bell to get all the alerts, and I will catch up with y'all tomorrow. Bye!